Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. Tonight, I wanted to tell you about a great conversation I had with a client. And this client is an attorney in their 50s, has a team in the office that is in their 40s. And so none of them are super, super young. We're not talking about like fresh out of school or anything like that. They've all got some great experience and they do estate planning and they have just their customer service is just top notch. But they recognize, of course, that they need to be embracing technology, which they are. They're using all kinds of software, all kinds of great tools in order to represent their clients and to deliver that great customer service. But there's some things that sometimes in firms that skew younger, that are more tech savvy, let's say, that those firms will take for granted that this firm struggles with, right? And so there's things like, as an example, we were talking about creating videos for their clients to be able to see them before the consultation and build some rapport and do things like that, which she thought was a great idea. And so, they have Zoom, they have phones, like they can make their own videos. This isn't a big deal. But in order to distribute those videos, we obviously don't want to email them just, a video. So we need to be able to distribute them by placing them on YouTube or putting them online somewhere where people can access them. But of course, no one in this firm in particular has ever done that. And so that's something that they need help with, right? But it's not just and that might be a marketing perspective, right? But it's not just from a marketing perspective. We're also talking about things like digital signatures, right? They've got digital signature tools that usually work very well, but on the rare occasion where, they have an outside of the box kind of scenario, then it takes them forever to figure out how to, use this signature tool appropriately or how to distribute that, video. So these are the kinds of things that they're struggling with because of the fact that they don't have anybody on their team that she described as a digital native, right? They're all learning this as well, and sometimes it takes longer than others. And to be honest with you, as we recognized in the conversation as well, this really isn't the highest and best use of her time as the managing partner, nor is it necessarily the best use of any of her team's time, because it will take them a very long time to do it when they could instead be doing other things that they do excel in and really will benefit the business. But as we discussed today, just like any business, when there are things that we either don't have the capability of or, isn't raising to the highest and best use of our time, we do need a way to still be able to get that stuff done, right? Now, I likened it to the example of when let's say in our firm, we hire a paralegal. And let's say that paralegal does have experience in marketing, maybe, right? We didn't hire them for the marketing. We hired them for the, paralegal work. But since they have this experience with marketing, we can take advantage of that. And obviously they be able to use that in their day-to-day work, but then also maybe they're interested in doing some special marketing projects and helping us with some marketing along the way, right? But if we don't have anybody that we've hired that has any marketing expertise or interest or a value there, then we do need to outsource that and we do need to hire for that. So it's the same kind of thing if you're in a firm where you don't have anybody who is super tech savvy, then we need to outsource that, right? The trick becomes, where do you find that person, right? Because we're not talking about just specifically a marketing person or very specifically an intake person or very specifically, like this is more of a general technology person, if you will. And so how do you find that? And that can be tricky, right? We did talk about how age can sometimes factor into that. But before you walk over to Upwork and log in and, type in digital native as your search term, do be aware that using this term in a job posting has been found to be discriminatory in some jurisdictions in some situations. So, we may not find that term so much, but we are looking, of course, for someone who is very comfortable with technology, someone that knows a lot about technology so that, again, they don't have to sit there and figure out how to post the thing on YouTube. They can just do it, right? And so being able to find someone who is your go-to person for technology, I think is very important. And again, if you have an IT person, that might be a great place to start talking to them and asking them about that. But these are the kinds of things that aren't necessarily, within the IT purview. They're more like the digital tools that, frankly, have begun to just creep into the way that we do business, right? And so, if you're not employing someone who's comfortable with those tools, but you want to take advantage of them, then you are going to need to find someone. Now, obviously, a lot of firms will go ahead and hire summer interns that again are digital natives, and so these are things that come very easily to them, that they are used to, that they have information on. But being able to find someone that's comfortable with that technology can be a challenge, especially when it's more of a general tech help that you need. So if you have any tips, if you have any tricks, any suggestions as to how to find those people, where to find those people, please feel free to comment on our video here today. I'm sure that this is not the only firm in the country, of course, that has this challenge. And we would love to be able to provide resources to our firms and to teams that are looking for similar kind of help. So please feel free to speak up. If you've had a great experience with something like this, we'd love to hear about it. Until next time, thanks for joining me this evening, and we will see you again soon. Good night.